Hello everybody, Ray comes here. I'm in my car right now before going to the job, and I'm gonna talk about many topics, but mainly is the title. So I'm gonna talk about my experience in the hybrid work, the remote scenario, and my perceive regarding full remote, and also certainties. So what I know here in the job market after 3-4 years in the field, and especially in a niche field like I am right now, SAP. So here in Italy, you have to take into account that trust in you to work from home is pretty low. So you have to consider that. And if in case you find a good full remote job, it's probably because there isn't much demand and you outstand and it's very particular job. Also, the company has that culture of full remote, and so task driven. Probably not to the end client, there is more chances, but to the end client, already the hybrid jobs are pretty low. So in my case, I found a hybrid job in an end client, which is not bad. I also accept that, and I go to the job 3 times out of 5. It's 40 minutes far from home. So for you, it's probably not much, but I think also for me, not much, okay? It's still bearable, but with the traffic, it can be pretty high. So the difference between 1, 2, 3, and 5 days. In my opinion, the best should be like 2 days in the office. 1, it's too little. Probably if I'm very alone, 1 can be good. 2, it's very perfect. Like you just go Friday or just, for example, Thursday and Tuesday, and the rest you do for remote. So it's perfect. Full remote, I mean, from everywhere you are, not only in your home residency or whatever. And then 3, like I'm doing now, it seems too much. Also, expenses wise, I'm gonna talk about later, but expenses wise, it can be too much. And 1 day more, 1 day less changes a lot. And in the end, 5 days per week. 5 days per week has to be worth. I'm talking about tech, okay? Because there are jobs like you have to show up even more than 5 days, 7 days. But I'm pretty sure that if you're doing that, it's worth. Here we are in the closed space. We have limited exposure to opportunities. We are just employees. So I don't want to compare. I'm just referencing the tech world. In my first experience, I did 5 days without any benefit, without a company car, without almost anything, just around €1,000, okay? And that's it. In the first video, I explained just to enter in the job market of the tech market. So that's why I mostly chose, and also, a skill that it's not that difficult to maximize, let's say, if you also are ambitious too. Regarding the costs, I gotta say that I'm using a Citroen C4 Cactus, which is a pretty humble car, but I got at a good price because it was hailed. So it had some holes, but actually they aren't much visible. And thanks to that, I got a good offer. So thanks to this car, I'm spending so low. Like for example, at 120 kilometers per hour, I'm spending just 20 liters per kilometer. That's very good because I'm not spending that much, and I know my colleagues that spends way more just with the car for the car. Considering that I have sometimes big fixes for the car, I can spend 600 or up to €800, but more than that it's pretty rare, very bearable, and they don't happen often. But regarding the time, that's the most problem, and the amount of kilometers, because every 3 days I'm doing 100 kilometers per day. So that's the most problematic thing, because I come home tired and I have to prepare for the next morning. And regarding preparing for the next morning, what I do, it's really like my own routine, okay? Because I don't think many does it. What I do, I don't go to the office and get the coffee, the espresso coffee. What I do, since I have a good machine at home, I prepare it on my home. I prepare a cappuccino, so espresso cappuccino. I put a lot of honey. I put citrulline malato, which is sport enhancer during sports, but it lasts hour. So that's really helping me a lot to energy manage despite my energy level in the morning, and it helps pretty good after 1 hour of working. I prepare that. While I come to the job, I drink it, and that's like my wake up routine. And when I'm there, I'm pretty settled. So I also have an actual experience regarding the full remote perceived. I've been in a meeting that it was with one of the big four and other two big clients, which is one KPMG and the other was Avale. And there is another one that I never remember. And basically, one of them, but everybody agreed that end clients wants people in the office. Because of that, even so middleman companies, agencies, companies, they are saying that the end client prefer people in the office. So because of that, also they cannot offer full remote jobs. So also consider that, because here in Italy, they want here. They have to see you, because otherwise, like it's like not making the job. Okay, so there is a lot of this culture of controlling, and yeah, if they see you working, it looks like you're working. But let's talk about hopes. Are there any hopes? In my opinion, yes. On Reddit, they say, well, there are a lot of full remote jobs that you don't even have an idea. And in my experience, in like 3 years and so on, looking for them, I'm asking myself, okay, where, how, like where are these experiences? Also, I'm in a niche market, so how is it possible that I'm not finding? It's probably true, but it's also that a niche one. Like if you find or enter in that kind of loophole, I don't know, you probably find more and more. For example, you already worked as a full remote, you can find a full remote job again. I don't know. If you have it the first occasion, you probably find again, but I don't know. My opinion, my girlfriend, like since she doesn't have a car, working full remote is pretty good. If I work full remote, it can be also good for the money, because I'm spending more than 200 euro per month to go to the office. It's pretty considerable. So there are some expenses that I have to consider too. But I have to admit something, that full remote is not for everybody, because one, socially, you have to be like a person that loves to stay alone, recharges to stay alone, and doesn't need other people approvals, like looking in the eye, okay? Because in the screen is not the same thing. If you are a kinetical person, you need people around you. There is a different vibe. But in my opinion, if I feel your energy, it's like you being here, because I've grown with computer talking people remotely, so I'm pretty trained, let's say. Another thing is, I think probably most important, that people doesn't trust, because they see you at home, they cannot control you, okay? Because you're at home, you can do anything. That's true. But there are also tasks. You have to do the task, and there is a deadline. You have to be good at managing the deadlines, managing your own time, managing the project. You say, but I'm just a developer, I just have to write code. Well, yes, but you still have to be your own small manager. In full remote, it's like that. You have to communicate with Jira, for example, online tools. You have to know how to communicate, how to be proactive. You have to be more proactive than the other times, because, for example, you're in the office, you're just distracted, and they come in there and ask you, hey, what are you doing? They cannot do it online. So you have to be their own person that is pushing, is nudging you. So consider that, because full remote is not for everybody. So yeah, that's my thought about this topic. I would like to work full remote, and I'm pretty sure I can manage it. And for the other people that are looking for full remote and so on here in Italy, just good luck. Recamsi, just for you.